Welcome to Midlife Unplugged, the fuck it years. I'm your host, Lara Portelli. This is the space where we strip away the polite BS, rip the gloves off and get real about what it means to thrive in our second act. Each week, I'm joined by a guest who's walking their own bodacious midlife path. We're talking menopause, divorce, reinvention, and everything in between. Buckle up, because this isn't your mother's midlife crisis. This is Midlife Unplugged.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Midlife Unplugged. I am not Lara Portelli. I am Shar Moore, and I have been given the most incredible honour today to interview Lara Portelli on her own show, because I really want everyone watching this episode to fully understand how magical and inspirational and aspirational this woman is. And we all know that we can't talk enough about ourselves because that's not cool. So I wanted to interview Lara today so that you can fully see who this woman is, but also how she's got to this midlife stage of her life, things that have happened, good and bad, and also the things that she has in the pipeline moving forward. So when you dive into her TV show, Midlife Unplugged, the fuck it years, you can fully understand when she's interviewing and chatting with a guest why she understands what they've gone through, or if she hasn't been through that particular situation, why she can resonate with it. And of course, the work she does with her own private mentoring clients. She's got 6 books coming out. 2 of them are already out. The third one is due in March of 2026. And then another 3 are coming in 2026 as well. So this woman is literally on fire. And I want to welcome her to her own show today. Welcome, Lara.
Thank you, Shar. Thank you. Sounds funny. It's usually me doing that, right?
I know. It's so
That's
lovely
funny.
when you watch someone being interviewed on their own show.
It's
So
me in the seat today, in the other seat.
exactly. So Lara, look, there's a lot of people that'll be watching this episode and they may not have come across you yet. And we want them to really understand who you are, what you've achieved, what you've done so far. So, I mean, I have prepared a few questions, and obviously, you and I have got a friendship and relationship for over 10 years. And I know a lot about what you've done. And I think, like a lot of entrepreneurs that are successful, they downplay their achievements because for them, it's like, oh, yeah, I did this, I did that. And I think that's something that I want to really dig out of you today on this show. So, strap in if you're watching, grab a cuppa, or if it's gin o'clock, feel free and really sit down and listen to what Lara has to say, because honestly, she's one of us gals. She's been through it all. So, Lara, before we dive into what you've achieved now and books and all the things that are coming up, just take us through a little bit of a snapshot, which is in your first book, Divorced at 50. But take us through a few things that have happened in your life to date so far.
Okay, so yeah, divorced at 50. It seems a little while ago now, actually, with book 3 coming out in March. But what led me to book number 1, Divorced at 50, was ending a very long, loveless relationship of 24 years. So that was part of my life. Before that, had an unconventional childhood, you'd say. Mum left at a very early age. I was raised in a home with 3 men. My brothers are a bit older than me, and I lived with my dad and my 2 brothers. So life wasn't the typical youngest baby girl that you would expect. Although my room was kind of girlish, but it was different being surrounded by 3 men. So that was my early formative years, and there was some trauma and some neglect and some abuse, and that went on. And then, unfortunately, I didn't know it at the time, and I didn't see it. I couldn't see it, but I went on to marry the same. So, and then that led down a road of another long, very long road of some coercive control, not physical abuse, but coercive control, and a marriage of where I lost myself. I conformed. I molded to fit the status quo of my husband and my ex-husband and his family. And if I look back now at that time, I was doing what I needed to feel loved. I wanted to feel loved. I'll do anything so he loves me, and fit into his family and that family mold. I just didn't and couldn't see it at the time that how much I was losing myself. And Shar, you and I have talked about this, about when your light gets snuffed out, and um, how often as women we are the last to see what's happening for us and with us, how much of our identity that we're losing. And that happened for me over 24 years. So it took me a very long time to work it out. So that's, yeah, that's what led me to, it's coming up actually on Thursday. It'll be 4 years on Thursday
Wow.
since I walked away from that
Share.
life. And then I spent some time partying, and thinking that this was great, everything was great in my life. And then I realized that I had to work through what had happened. So that led me down a bit of a dark hole where I needed to work through what had happened for the last 24 years, and a big part of my life, lots of other things that had happened in my life. And then I started to heal and come out the other side. And that's where the real magic started to happen. And my light started to shine again that had been snuffed out, and I started to find myself again. And I'm still finding pieces of myself, and that's where I am today. So my new journey started 4 years ago on Thursday.
That's interesting. So things like that don't happen like all of a sudden. You don't wake up one day and go, right, I'm just going to conform. I'm going to be the person so that he sees me and loves me. It's a gradual thing. However, the awakening to come out the other side and say, this is no longer for me. On the outside, life would have looked fine. How did you know on the inside that this couldn't continue? What was that moment? Because I know that there's going to be, you're watching at home right now, aren't you, going, oh my gosh, that's me. How do I break free from this? Because that's a quarter of a century that you and Lara have lived in this environment that you know is not right for you, it's not healthy for you. Lara, share with this person at home sitting there right now going, okay, that's me, what do I do?
You're so right. When I actually left, there was no one knew around me, like my close friends. Sometimes we went, I'm leaving, I'm leaving, I'm leaving. I didn't say that. And when I did leave, there was so many, I think half of the town where I was from were like, oh my God, what's happened? What's she done? No one knew. I knew. And as you're saying, that internal, for all intents purposes to the rest of the world, we were we were just who we'd always been. I knew. I knew how much I was losing of myself inside. And I kept pushing it down, this feeling, it'll be all right, it's okay. Um, I knew from different workplaces that I worked in how I saw women being treated there, that I didn't have that at home. That wasn't happening for me at home. I, this little voice kept saying, this isn't right. This isn't right. And why you keep putting up with it? Why are you doing this? And you think you can ignore that voice until the time it starts to get louder, and it gets a bit louder. And I don't know whether you call it intuition, women's wisdom, passed down through our grandmothers. But if you don't listen to her, that little voice, she starts to get louder and louder and louder. And in my case, in that January period between Christmas and New Year, things were really bad in our house. And my ex-husband had a way of putting me down a lot and tormenting me. And he said something to me that was very foul and disgusting on Christmas Eve. And it didn't sit well with me. And this voice inside me just kept getting louder and louder and louder. And eventually she roared. She just roared at me. And I couldn't ignore her anymore. I just couldn't ignore her anymore for the sake of, oh, but I made this promise to him 20 something years ago at the altar. I had to weigh up me, the altar, and listening to that internal dialogue that we push down, push down, push down. Eventually, you can't push it down.
Yeah.
That was my case. I couldn't push it down anymore.
Mm.
I'm here. I'm here.
Hear me
going
roar.
to listen to girl, hear me roar.
Wow.
And I didn't know what was waiting on the other side of that door the day I walked out. Did I have it planned out?
No.
No, I didn't know. And it wasn't all beer and Skittles and unicorns and rainbows either for the
Mm.
next 12 months.
Mm-mm.
It's a lot of working through finding yourself. And I literally left with the clothes on my back. I was just thinking yesterday, actually, I was looking for a jumper because it was quite cold here at our house. And I was looking at my jumpers. I'm thinking, I remember a time where I only had the clothes, one jumper with me. Like that's all I
Wow.
had. So I've rebuilt again from
Wow.
there. And
Amazing.
it's scary, but it's doable.
Mm. It's doable. And I think that's the point. So if you're watching this at home and you're feeling that way, you're hearing that inner voice. And I don't know what scale she's at right now. She could be still whispering or she could be screaming at you and roaring away. And it's not about knowing what's behind that door because no one does. No one knows what tomorrow holds. And especially when you're leaving something that's been so familiar, you're also changing an identity. And that's something I want to talk about. If you're sitting at home right now, you've got a certain identity in the relationship that you're in. We all do. And Lara, you've taken that brave move to open that door, literally with the clothes on your back, leaving an identity that you've had for a quarter of a century behind to step through a door going, well, now who am I? What do I look like? What do I think? What do I want to watch on TV? Who am I? Where do I actually like to go and eat? I don't know. So take us through that because I think someone at home's watching this going, okay, that's all great, but then what do I do? How do I work out who I am?
It's just parts of learning yourself again. Like you were just saying, Shar, it's you know, oh, I get to have the TV remote again. Oh, I'm still catching up on seasons of a show that I like, and it's 4 years down the road.
Wow.
Um, and it's okay. It's okay to do that
Mm.
and not have to ask permission. Can I have the
Mm.
TV remote? Or um, learning that uh, my money's my own. I don't have a joint account anymore. I have my own account. And it's almost like giving yourself a permission slip that we
Mm.
talk about. I gave myself a permission slip. No one, I don't have to have a permission slip from someone else.
Mm.
I wear what I want.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I like that.
And I tell myself that I look okay, as well as
Mm.
my partner does, where I didn't have
Mm.
that before. You look beautiful in that, or
Mm.
good morning, beautiful. And that in itself is a learning curve. Yeah. And it was a bit, oh, I've never been told that before in 24 years. You look beautiful in that, or good morning, beautiful. Yeah.
Mm.
And that's hard to sometimes learn to accept as well.
It is, and especially when you haven't heard it for a quarter of a century, which is such a long time, to then hear it, it's like, oh, are they talking to me? And because your self-esteem is so low, someone's taken that from
Absolutely.
you, but it is yours, and it is something that can be rebuilt. And affirmation cards, as you know, and you live by, and you teach and you work with your clients as well. Affirmation cards and affirmations in general, exactly, are so
Yes.
important because it's that reminder and you can read it and you'll read it and go, oh, yeah, whatever. No, I'm not beautiful. No, but eventually it's going to sink in going, oh, I don't mind my shoulders. Oh, I don't mind, my left ear. Start
Well,
small, baby steps, people.
yes, exactly. Exactly. Start small, as you're saying, start small. I don't mind my shoulders. I look okay. I look all right in this. It's small because your self-esteem has been corroded so much. It
Yes.
it takes time to build. It took time to wear it down, so it will take time to build.
Absolutely. Lara, a lot of people, women especially, we're talking to women here. We know you're all watching, you're all women. We might have a few guys on the couch, but it's essentially women that are listening to this. And we, as women, say more than men, we feel invisible. What do you think
Mm.
women actually mean when they say that, Lara?
I think when we say we feel invisible, it's sometimes where we come in the order of our home. Like we're doing so much for
Mm.
other people that where do we come in the mix, in the play? Uh, we get up, we get our husband off to work if that's what you do. That's what I used to do. I did that for 20 something years. Got up and packed his lunch every day for a quarter of a century. Packed his lunch, got him off to work because I knew he wouldn't get to work otherwise. Um, doing for maybe if you're, depending what, generation you're in, you might have aging parents. By the time you've done for everyone else, gone to work, where is the time for yourself? What are my needs? What's something I want to do with this brand new year, this brand new, if you like, page that today's the 13th of January. What do I want to write today? What do I want to achieve today? What's something for me? What's something I want to learn this year? Something to give yourself, reestablish your identity. It doesn't have to be something like, Shara, you and I have talked about this. If you're doing the same old every year, next December, when everyone's putting this is what I did last year on Facebook, you're going to be the same. And we've also
Yes.
talked, I know we've talked as well about your girlfriends love you dearly and love you to death, but they don't want to hear you whinging the same old whinge.
Correct.
They're there
Absolutely.
to support you. But if they say, oh, Lara, you're still there in the same old,
Yeah.
that was the difference for me. I didn't whinge. I just kept it all. So I had this conflict. I had little voice going, get out, get out. And I go, no, no, no. So mine was all internalizing. And I've been learning so much about living in survival mode since I left. And now I just know my body in the recent couple of years has just learnt not to I don't have to live like that either.
No.
There's so much learning opportunity about life, but more so learning about yourself on the other side of that door and re-establishing your identity. And like I laugh like I used to laugh when I was a young woman now, and quite loud, and that was shut down for so long. So it's refinding yourself
Yes.
and that identity.
Definitely. And what do you think is one of the hardest truths that you've had to learn about yourself? Not about being in the marriage or whatever, but about you that you've discovered. And it was something maybe that you pushed down and you realized it one day and went, oh gosh, this is my true self. Why did I hide this?
Saying no when I mean no instead of saying yes.
Ah. And so you were
Saying,
saying yes, I'd imagine, because you were, again, trying to keep the peace, be the good girl, the good wife, the nice friend, the nice daughter, the nice sister, whatever. But actually you wanted to say no. That's massive.
mm, mm. I'll just say yes because if I don't, they might not like me. What if they don't
Ah,
like me? Yeah.
wow.
Being stretched to your limits when you can't do anymore or you're tired and I don't want to do
Mm,
that. I don't want to look after my brother's children today, or I better say
mm,
yes just to keep the family peace. Or
mm,
the biggest one for me is saying no when I mean no. And not
mm.
no because XYZ or X. No,
No
no,
is a full
not today.
sentence.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. And not the fluff that goes behind it or after it. Just no,
Yes,
not
and you talk
today.
about that in one of your books as well. And Mel Robbins, who we all love, she has a book called Let Them, which I'm halfway through at the moment, actually, and it's fascinating. Let them think whatever they want of you. They're going to think it anyway. But also let me say no without an explanation. Let me go off and do what I need to do today. Let me manage my life. Let me. So let them and let me go hand in hand. So it's another great book to get, apart from obviously getting Lara's books. Let Them by Mel Robbins is another good one. I wanted to know, so we're catching up through your life. We're at 50. We've got your first book out, which launched last year in 2025, Divorced at 50, the fuck it years. And the fuck it years are really important to say. And some women get offended by that word, but please hear us out before you switch off, because we know that it's a challenge. Like it's a confronting word, let's face it. And what we're trying to say, and what Lara really wanted to get through, and I want you to really explain this, Lara, as well, that those years are more about finally getting to a point in your life where you're like, you know what, it's my time to put my oxygen mask on. And that F word does give you that visceral response and power. And that's why they teach it in neuro-linguistic programming and NLP, which you're a practitioner of as well. They teach it because it makes the person who's listening, maybe they stopped listening, and that brings them back to attention, because it does give us some response. But also when we do it in our life, it wakes us up to go, you know what? I've been wanting to go to art class. I've been wanting to go dancing. I'm wanting to learn, do whatever. You know what? It's my time. Effort. I'm doing it. So take us through why you put that in your book title and also some of your moments, your effort moments.
Like you say, it's that it makes people stop, and it's so powerful. And it's that literally I'm doing this now. Like, and what I'm learning a lot lately, and I see a lot more on social media, is no one's coming to save me.
Yeah.
No one's coming to save us as midlife women, women in our midlife, or if you like the term second act better. The curtains are closed on the first act for people that have got empty nests. Your marriage may have broken down. You may be in a completely happy marriage, but this is midlife. If none of us really know if it's, however long we've got, but do it now. Do it now. And don't have to do it perfect, but just effort and do it now. And effort, as in put in all your effort, and whatever will come out of it. But have a try. I'm doing things now that I never thought I'd try. Pilates. My next one is some sort of art project. And whether I do it good, whether I do it bad, whether I do it, I'll put all my effort into it and it'll turn out how it's, but effort, I'm having a go. I'm having a try. Just trying different things that I never would have in my younger years because, what will people say? I'm going to look like a dick. I don't want to look like a dick. Especially in the conventional marriage I was in. We don't do that. We don't look like stupid. Oh, well, if I look stupid, I look stupid. I'll wear that.
And who's judging? No one.
Yeah. Like, who's the judge?
We are our own judge and jury, aren't we?
Yeah. And if I go bum up, well,
that's okay.
Have a look at my derriere. But yeah, don't be afraid. No one's coming. That's this week is no one's coming to save me. I need to save myself, have a try. And what I'm finding is people are so wrapped up in their own lives, they don't really care what you're doing. That's what I've been finding.
Exactly. Yeah. They don't, and they don't have the time. And when we walk into new situations and environments, like I know you have as well, many times. And if you're watching this at home, I'm sure you've been through this. You walk into a room, you think everybody is literally giving you the elevator. Oh, she's got a ladder in her stocking. Oh, her hair's messy on the left, whatever. They're so busy worrying about what they did. They put 2 different colored shoes on because it was dark when they got ready, and they're hoping you don't notice. Like, everyone is so focused on themselves. But again, this whole concept of let them judge you. If that's what they're going to do, that means that they've got an incomplete life themselves, and the only way they feel good about themselves or any power is to tear someone else down. They're not people you want in your life anyway, are they? Right. So it's about surrounding yourself, and you'll get to know Lara through her community here, of course, on YouTube and on social media if you follow her, and you'll see something common. When I look at all your social media, Lara, the women that are engaging with you and coming forward are all about lifting. They're all about supportive comments. It's all congratulations. It's all filled with love and support because they know that you're putting yourself out there. I mean, who writes 6 books in 18 months? Who does a TV show and a podcast show? Who goes out and like you literally ripped the Band-Aid off, came out of the gate running, and went, I have no idea how I'm doing this, but it's happening. And here you are at the end of 2026, you'll be an author of 6 best-selling books. And a TV show with 4 seasons. Like, I mean, who does that? Right. But someone who is like, I played small for far too long. Get out of my way.
Yeah. Move over.
And to those that want to be on the journey, linked arms, come with me.
Yeah.
Like, let's walk together, sister.
Yeah. Yes. And if you don't, that's okay too.
That's okay too.
If you do, come along. There's never a dull moment. As my affirmation cards, Alice in Wonderland. It's literally,
You're Lara in Wonderland.
as someone said to me one day, every day's an adventure with you, isn't it, Lara? And it is.
Yeah, it is. And that's the way it should be, because let's face it, this show is called Midlife Unplugged, the fuck it years. And, you know, what your next book coming out is Your Midlife Edit, which I'll talk about in a moment. I love that concept. But none of us really know when midlife is. You know, if you're over 50, maybe you're already, midlife was at 25, 28. Who knows? No one knows when they're going to expire. When our little sand clock is out, no one knows. We all presume we're going to live 80, 90, 100. So we call 50s the midlife. It could have been already, could have happened. So you live every day as an adventure, because one day it's going to be your last adventure, my last adventure. And so I'm always going out with lipstick on, all my jewelry, and something colorful or sparkly, right? Because if I'm going out and that's how they're going to find me, I've got to have some bling on, girlfriend. Lara, I want to talk about your books, because it would be remiss of me not to. Each one of them, they're pocket books. And I love that you created that, because it is one of those concepts where you can literally take it with you in your handbag. And if you see a girlfriend or you meet someone going, you know what, you need this, read it and give it back to me. They're bite-sized, but they're packed with so much. One, I'd love to know why you created 6. Is there a reason? Is there a set or something coming at the end of it? And then take us through the first couple.
Yes, the reason is there's 6 is because it is a box set. It's coming out by the end of 2020. We're in 2020. 2026. Yes, so there'll be a complete box set, and that's why they're bite-sized, beautifully presented box set by the end of this year. And all the titles are just beautiful, beautiful. I'm so excited, you can see. And the first few are, as you can see on my back wall, they're divorced at 50, fuck, now what? And because that's how it was, literally, I'm divorced, now what? What do I do? I need to rebuild as a single woman again, starting again at 50. And the second one was Scars and All. And that was about showing up to the world. And I used to do this thing when I was a little girl in summer, run around like with just my underpants on when I was hot and chest out, and here I am, world. And maybe it's a bit like that, like here I am, I'm trying again now. I've had all that, but here I am. Yeah. You're not going to knock me down. So that Scars and All. And as Shar just mentioned, the next one is Midlife Edit. And
so excited.
Yeah, it's about editing what no longer serves us in our life and pruning our garden a little, if you will. Some of the things that creep into our life that don't serve us all the time. So once again, some more awareness about our life in midlife.
Yes.
So
I love that.
But I'm really excited for the box set. She is beautiful. She's beautiful.
It's going to be amazing. What a great gift for Christmas 2026 to give to any woman in your life, because each one of these books, and I'll run you through at home, because I obviously pre-interviewed Lara for this to see what was in the works. And so the 6 books that'll be in the box set 2026 for Christmas: Divorced at 50, Scars and All, which is all about emotional and physical scars, and it's about embracing them, healing them, recognizing why they came into your life and how to set them free, which is just a stunning book, which I've read. And Your Midlife Edit, which is launching around International Women's Day, March 2026. And then we have a fun book you've got coming out. My gosh, when you told me this title on our call, I'm like, oh, I just got chills. It's Free the Gypsy Within. And it's interesting that you came up with this, because when I first met you, which was over 10 odd years ago, it was like, and I didn't articulate it in that way, but it was like you were this gypsy within this body. And back then you were still in your marriage, but there was something wild when we connected and we had a conversation. It was like she was in there. I could see her through your eyes. It's like, yes, this is how I present to the world now. And at that stage, you didn't know that you'd be leaving and all of this would be happening. But it was like this something was trying to get out of you. And when you told me this book title, I'm like, oh, bang, there she is. I saw her years ago. I loved it. The 5th book, which I also love, and you are going to love this at home, it's stunning, On the Way to My Life. And I don't know all the ins and outs and what's going to be in this book, because I didn't get a chance to ask Lara, but On the Way to My Life, because often you said that we can sometimes bypass the moments And that is your life. And when you said that, I'm like, because we often strive for, the $1 million house or the nice car in the drive. Well, we've made it, but you miss your life. And so you said this book's going to be all about these moments that make it on the way to your life. But that is your life. And the last book in your series is Thrive by Choice, because we all have a chance to thrive. And it is a choice. And sometimes the choices aren't easy to make, like stepping away from marriages and so on. But they're so worth it, because this isn't a dress rehearsal. There's no reset button on the Xbox to go, oh, well, I killed myself in that one. Reset, I'll start again. What an incredible set, Lara.
Yeah, thank you, Shar. And as you were just saying, if we have the courage to step out of what the familiarity that we know, it's in those moments where the learning of life is, the courage to step out. And I've learnt so much more about life, and myself since stepping away. And sometimes it's the best learning, or the deepest learning, is in the most uncomfortable moments.
Absolutely.
And missing, and it's okay to miss your old life as well. And there was moments where I thought I missed my ex-husband, but then I realized too, another big learning moment for me was realizing that I didn't miss him. I missed the familiarity of my old life. So there are bits that I could take out of that and take with me on my new journey. So as Shar was just saying, it's about thriving by choice. There were parts that I liked that I could take with me as well. So.
Yeah, definitely. We take ourselves with us on the way to our life, right? And talk about change and being uncomfortable. Just ask a caterpillar. How uncomfortable is it? They go in their chrysalis and they literally liquefy. They completely change before they emerge as a butterfly. And that change is not fun. And like all of us, there are tons of tears. I think I bumped up the profits of Kleenex tissue company when I went broke to BMW back in the day. There were so many tears of failure and, oh, who did you think you were? And we all go through it. But again, so does the caterpillar, and look how it emerges. And so go through it and don't suppress it. Don't hide it, right? I know you say this with your clients as well, that it's so important to embrace all of those emotions and all parts of us. We can't suppress it, because they'll volcano up, right, Lara?
Absolutely. They come out somewhere.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Now, your TV show, which this is the introduction episode, Midlife Unplugged, the fuck it years. You've interviewed in season 1 some amazing guests from what you've shared with me. And these guests are from all over the world. What is something common that you were looking for? Because I know that you had hundreds of people apply. You only chose 12. What was it that you were particularly looking for this show? Why is this show going to be any different to all the other shows out there?
What I was really looking for I was so overwhelmed by the applications, and to narrow it down to interview 12 people for the first season was a difficult process in itself. But what I was really looking for was people that were real, and not REEL on social media, but REAL, that were going through their own midlife experience and had experienced the good, the bad, and the indifferent of life, and just these people had taken a moment in their life to appreciate how far they had come to. They could sit back and go, okay, this is where I have been, this is where I am, and this is where I'm going. And we've actually interviewed some amazing people, male, female alike, and their stories are just phenomenal. So exciting to hear other people. And there's just one common thread, and it is that it's through the interviews, and it's just that people have woken up and listened to that voice. It was time. I had to listen to that voice. Some people, I'm not going to spoil it for you. It's too exciting. You need to tune in. But they knew the steps, and it wasn't easy. It wasn't
easy. But they did it anyway.
They did it anyway, and look where they are. And some of them are leaving just monumental legacies, and it's amazing.
I love
excited.
that. Oh, that's so great. So now you've got to keep watching through the episodes and obviously subscribe, please. Like, comment,
Yes.
and share it with a bestie. Share it with a girlfriend or a male friend that you feel, these shows and these episodes and conversations are going to help them, because sharing is caring. It literally is. And you never know, the episode you could share with your friend could be the one that literally helps them break free and actually live and have their fuck it moment and just go, you know what, fucking, I'm done. And so it could be the one because you've sent it to them. So definitely share it, social media. You can find Lara, and your team will obviously share this in all the notes as well, and how to find you on social media. Lara, look, I want to wrap up and ask you some rapid fire questions, because I think this will really get people to see you on the inside as well as the outside. So I don't want you to overthink them. And this was not rehearsed, by the way. She doesn't know I was doing this, so I'm catching her off guard, which she loves. Okay. So no overthinking and no correcting your answer. Whatever you say, it is. Okay. The
Hey,
part of midlife that shocked you the most.
awakening.
Oh, awakening. One thing you stayed in too long. Marriage. a belief that you had at 30 that now makes you wince.
That I couldn't do something, whatever it may be. Too scared to try.
What still scares you, even though you've built this global business?
What still scares me? That I'll turn up with bad hair.
Okay. Something you're no longer willing to tolerate.
Bad manners, bad behavior.
Mm. A version of you that had to die.
Scared.
Mm. A
Scared
truth
of
that you were
everything.
scared of everything. A truth you avoided for years.
That I'm good and that that I'm beautiful.
Oh, something you're proud of but rarely say out loud.
I'm proud of how far I've come.
Hmm. A feeling you used to judge in other women, but now you understand.
I used to judge in other women that were very loud, confident, and out there, but now I understand. And it comes from a place of truth. It comes from a
Mm.
place and source of truth. I could be loud and brash in my days when I wasn't, like when in my years that weren't so good, but it was coming from a place of covering everything else up. But now it
Mm.
comes from my source of truth.
Wow. And what's one word that describes this season of your life?
Amazing.
Amazing. I love it. Lara, thank you so much for being on your own show.
Yay!
It's been wonderful getting to
Feels
know you
good.
even more. And look, ladies watching, this is Lara Portelli. She is amazing. She's achieved a lot, and yet still so little compared to what she wants to achieve. And she's down to earth, humble, and incredibly funny, as you can see. So please support her on this show, like, subscribe, and definitely share it with your besties. It's one of those shows that's going to bring real conversations to light. And personally, I'm honoured to be here. I used to love doing my show, and just being back in the interview seat for a minute has been an honour for me. So, Lara, thank you so much. And
Thank you,
we'll see
Shar.
you all in the comments.
Thank you,
Bye,
everyone. See you
everyone.
soon.
That's a wrap on this episode of Midlife Unplugged, the fuck it years. If today's conversation lit something up in you, hit subscribe, share it with your midlife crew, and keep the conversation going. I'm Lara Portelli. See you next week for another raw, real, and unapologetic chat.